Welcome to Real Flix Reviews. We're like a book club for people hate reading. This week we're doing the Kevin Costner movie 3 Days to Kill. It was our theater pick. This week we have Jonathan Charney, James Stevens, Ryan Preston, and the old guy.
The old guy's here.
So I have the description of this movie. And by the way, it's a short Kevin Costner movie. A dying CIA agent trying to reconnect with his estranged daughter is offered an experimental drug that could save his life in exchange for one last assignment.
Did you notice the sizes of those hypodermic needles? Did you see the size of those suckers?
They look
they use those things on elephants.
And horses.
I mean, holy cow.
Yeah, my first thing I saw it was like, do you see how far it actually went in him? I'm surprised it didn't hit the other side.
Yeah, it was just...
Yeah,
It
my
probably
first
did.
thought was, I'd rather die.
Yeah, no kidding, man. I'll tell you, that was... I obviously done for effect, because I've never seen anything like that in the hospital.
And by the way, what was with the faux alligator skin cases each one was in?
Yeah.
Oh, that was her... What's her name?
She must have had whatever those were.
As much as the drug did.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever those
Louis Vuitton.
Whatever those were, she apparently owned a lot of them. And her very interesting,
I want to know how somebody that young, all of a sudden is a bigwig in the CIA. Come on.
Casting couch.
Casting couch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to figure certain operatives have certain advantages to being certain people.
Yeah, because
yeah,
she wasn't unattractive.
Pull it off. It was
Hell
like
no.
Denise Richards in the Bond movie being a nuclear physicist.
By the way, with the world's greatest name, Christmas Jones. Kept making bad puns about him.
That might be debatable. Okay.
Anyways, I was disappointed by this flick.
I think you and America were disappointed by this one.
Okay, so for me, it depended on how you took it. If you want to be critical and say, all the things that are truly wrong with the movie, there were so many errors in technical stuff. But if you like shoot 'em uppers,
I was doing my best to overlook all the technical crap, and I even kind of try to bypass the whole "let's bring back the bodyguard carrying you out" scene. I was waiting for Whitney Houston to start singing, but I guess she's dead.
Man, if
whatever.
That song would have swelled up, that would have been worth my $10.
My question really is this movie was trying to be two different things very badly. It was trying to be a budding family comedy, and then a shoot 'em up movie, and then
a serious CIA,
a father-daughter story with a CIA twist.
I have to say, my favorite part was you were alluding to was the bathroom scene, was where the guy's like, "You're not in here." Whack.
And
do not enter.
I don't know. I just thought it was stretched too much. On too many things. And as far as I'm concerned, he's still making up for The Postman. This just didn't do it.
Hey, it wasn't his fault that movie was 7 hours long.
Yeah, it is.
Wasn't he the director?
Yeah.
Of that movie?
He's director and producer.
Most of the movies he's in that are 5 hours long, he made.
It's funny talking to other people about Costner. It seems that there's a big fan club of Costner's who just loves anything he makes. Doesn't matter if it was Dances with Wolves to anything.
Yeah,
and they like
and director of the Postman.
Yeah. Even the Postman. I know people who like the Postman, like Waterworld. To be honest with you, I kind of liked Waterworld.
Well, the last hour of Postman was good.
Well, anyway,
but you had to go through 4 to get there.
And I think that's the only reason this movie will get any life at all is because the fans, like it because it's Costner, and those people that just like shoot 'em up, blow 'em up, kind of fake technology crap stuff that they did.
Now, see, this is.
Well, let me just put it this way: these are some of the things that I really like that Costner's done. He's done. Let's see. I should have left it up with everything else, but Open Range.
Yes.
Oh, perfect movie.
Yeah. Michael Jeter too. Great.
Where is it? Wyatt Earp was pretty good. Robin Hood, Dances with Wolves.
Yes.
Untouchables.
Yes.
He's really got a good resume.
He does.
But then he's got really bad things mixed in with it, which everybody does. But I mean, he's
which
actor
one
and
is
director and producer on some of those.
So which one is his Catwoman?
I would probably say Waterworld. I mean, Postman's worse than Catwoman.
Wow.
In my book.
I know a lot of people absolutely like the Postman. So, I mean, it really...
You're right. It does depend on the person.
Yeah. Because we could tear it apart, no doubt about it. But the people I talked to put it in as just pure entertainment. And they were okay with it.
I can't remember if I was talking about this, James, with you just in one of our random phone conversations or if I brought it up on the show. But Liam Neeson, when he does stuff like Taken,
that was on the phone,
or Taken 2,
yeah.
or the new one, Nonstop, or something like
right.
that.
Or The Gray.
You get a good actor to sort of elevate what should, in all counts, be a B movie.
Right.
Sort of cheesy dialogue, the wall-to-wall action, these kinds of things. But those movies never really tried to split. Sort of like John was saying, this movie was trying to be two different things. Coming from somebody like Luc Besson, who, pretty much everybody knows from The Professional. That's his sort of 15 minutes of fame, was that brilliant movie. But that movie sort of lives and dies scene to scene. You know what I mean? Every scene is sort of like a memorable thing. There's quotable lines. There's great character actors. This one, it seemed to sort of get really bogged down in certain scenes just out of
the
boredom.
bicycle scene.
It lacks a lot of
every single bicycle scene
that those movies should have.
So I do have a question.
Standard shoot 'em up movies should have.
I do have a question. Have any of you guys ever heard of this director, the MCG? Because I'd never heard of him.
Yeah. Okay. Now I was going to bring that up because the only thing after staring at his IMDb page for a while, he seems like he's a good producer, or a competent producer rather.
Yeah, he did
produced a lot of TV.
Supernatural.
Chuck.
Yeah,
the
Supernatural,
OC.
which has gone on for frickin' ever.
Yeah.
But as far as his directing career, Sublime's Video Santeria.
Oh, that's right.
That seems to be the only good thing that he's done. Other than that, we're looking at Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, a couple of music videos, the first Charlie's Angels, Terminator Salvation, which was not great.
If I was him, I'd remove my name from some of those.
Yeah.
Man.
See,
he did We Are Marshall. I mean, but how can you screw that movie up?
I think the problem with this movie is who it's going for. Because if you're going for an action movie, you're going to be kind of bummed by the family scenes, and if you're going for a comedy family movie, it doesn't really fit that either. It's a very weird niche, and they're parts I think they're entertaining. The interaction between him and his wife are fairly entertaining. Like, are you still working for the agency? Are you?
Yeah.
But I'm supposed to buy that his daughter just happens to never be around when the real crazy shit goes down. She sees him kick a couple of guys' ass in a bathroom.
Yeah,
but she just happens to be in another room when he shoots up the entire place of that party.
But that was just something I was gonna bring up, was the rape scene, and she was, acted like she was all stoned or on something. Was my thought.
I think she was on like a date rape drug or something.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. That was the only scene in the whole movie to me that really kind of, it's like, okay, this really ties him into being a loving father. Everything else just kind of like, I could have done without the 45 minutes of family crap.
Well, they tried the bicycle scene. Teaching her how to ride a bike.
The other thing is, it tried to live as a comedy also.
Yeah,
which was weird. It's cool to see Kevin Costner sort of play the straight man, the steady, but I don't know, the weird sitcom-y moments didn't sit well with the movie.
Well, it's because it's not supposed to be comedy. It's called action, crime, drama. There is not supposed to be any comical moments.
Funnier than you think.
See, and the bicycle,
the funny vodka scene.
See,
the vodka.
The bicycle scene is really weird too, because it's this really.
I love the crowd clapping in the back when
right?
she.
And it's a really bad it's a really bad thing, because through the whole movie, I don't remember the word, but it's a really bad thing because they bring it through the whole movie. At the end, it's this very cheap, very bad scene of "You never taught me to ride," and it's like, really, that was a very lame. Pathetic attempt at showing.
I don't know.
Everything in the movie was sort of, telegraphed a mile away.
Yeah.
I actually knew it was going to happen 10 minutes in. I'm like, damn it, I guessed the whole movie at the end of it. I was like, no!
Right. The only thing I was waiting for was somebody to say the words 3 Days to Kill.
That's actually a good point, because like some of the James Bond movie, they actually say the title. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, all movies like this. I think I was talking to James, I don't know, last week or something like that, but it was some long diatribe about all I want is Air Force One, like once every other year.
Yeah.
Something like that that's just scene by scene a freaking cool movie,
Well, I think that's what this movie was trying to be. I think that was really what they were trying to do with this movie, is one that is a really cool movie that you can watch probably once a year, enjoy yourself, and I think it failed.
But why?
It just fell short of that.
But why the comedy bits? I actually think if you played the comedy bits as more of a drama, actually serious, a little more tenseness to it, I actually think it would have played off a little bit better than the comedy, because all you needed was a laugh track in some of these scenes.
Yeah,
that's a good point. And then when they tried to be serious, all of a sudden it's juxtaposed with the blonde chick or brunette or whatever her wig color was.
Oh, you're talking about the daughter.
Popping in and just overacting the shit out of this movie.
Yeah, and the random that S&M outfit thing. I mean, she just ran.
Yeah. I got you. I thought you guys were talking about the daughter. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, no, it was the
CIA chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the CIA chick.
And she, to me, was the one out of everybody, like we said earlier, that was really out of place in this whole movie. To me, was like.
But I think she's a something to motivate him along is what she was trying to do. I think that's what
the briefcase.
Yeah, exactly.
So she's a really bad MacGuffin.
Yeah, pretty much. Rob, I know you got more to say.
Not really. I mean, I can't argue with any of it, which is unfortunate for the movie.
My point, Rob, I was kind of agreeing with you is in as much as I completely lost my train of thought when I was trying to justify. But, I don't know. It's just,
it was just. I look at movies, there's a couple of ways of taking a look at movies. Is this just something to kill a couple hours? And, okay, I always like things that shoot. And lately it seems like all the stuff they're shooting is glass, and glass explodes really cool, and it looks, so is there neat effects type of thing? Is it real? No. Is it even close to real? No.
It's like when water effects were in video games. Every game had waters you could watch.
Yeah.
It's like shooting the gas tank on a moving car and the whole thing explodes,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's a shame, because I think the movie had some potential, but then again, you would think the Costner would have read the script and kind of went, let's get rid of some of these scenes and do something else. I mean, really.
Well,
I mean, he had to call on some of them, I'm sure.
He likes long movies, though.
Well, I know, but this was not a long movie.
This is about, some of his shorter films. This is one of his shorter films. I mean,
see, here's the thing. I actually think if this movie had 30 minutes more or 20 minutes more, I wonder if you could actually add more depth, because no character in this movie had depth. He didn't have any depth.
Everything was incredibly one-dimensional.
Yeah. And everything was predictable. I was literally I was like, okay, this is going to happen. It happened. It's just like I've never sat through a movie and guessed the entire thing like so accurately.
I don't know. I kind of like the fact
about as much character development as anybody else.
I like the fact that he shot the albino when the albino tried to get away.
Right in the leg.
Yeah,
that was one of the interesting moments. Like, I'm tired of chasing you.
That one I could believe. There's a believable scene.
Yeah.
The other scene I liked is in the hotel scene when he's shooting through that roof thing, and somehow guessed where the guy was, and all of a sudden you saw the guy fall off the roof.
Well, three people out there, you could. Yeah, it was.
I
like that.
Fairly good odds.
Yeah.
I
kind of like that.
Look, shooting through, seemingly a bunch of drywall, and you're shooting through a floor, so it's going to be reinforced. That bullet is not going to be traveling in that same straight line.
I thought it was a roof
if it
walking.
happens to make it was
there was a soffit and then whatever support material and a roof.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of material to go through.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what type of gun he was shooting. It only looked like a 40 to me.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's probably what it was.
So the only one thing is James
9mm or 40.
James touched on earlier that I thought the effect was really good was the effect of the medication. That was the one thing to me that I actually thought at least this is plausible a little bit that he has to keep his heart rate down, he has to do this and have to do that. It was kind of like, it was
Yeah,
like,
so let's send him on a mission to kill a bunch of people, but keep your heart rate
Right.
down while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Get your heart rate all jacked.
He's not a Titan
I
Hammer.
mean, yeah, what a she didn't really think that through.
Yeah.
No.
Well, especially sending him in, telling him, "Oh, keep your heart rate down." There's like one guy in there. And
Right.
he goes in there's like 5 or something.
Yeah, there's so much. I mean, I think there are so many little scenes that you could pick apart. It really just screws the whole movie up.
It does.
It really does.
Yeah.
So look, I mean, I could sit here and pick apart Air Force One, my sort of example of the cheesy action movie that works.
Yeah. True.
But
Wait,
it's
works?
more fun to watch, sort of every scene. But this movie gives you a lot of time in between those cool scenes to pick it apart. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
action slow, action slow, action slow.
Right.
Yeah.
See, this is why I think if those character interactions were between his family and his daughter were a little tense, it was missing something to me, and having those comedy bits, because maybe Rob was right, is it's not intentionally was supposed to be funny,
I don't think it was supposed to be.
but it weren't tense, it wasn't dramatic, it seemed like
The whole him asking for another suit thing, that's supposed to be fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was too many
True.
things that were like one-liners and little jokes. Like I mentioned the vodka scene where he told her the whole thing, and he's
Yeah.
walking out, and his wife kind of looks at him like, couldn't find the vodka. Actually made me laugh. But there was little bits and pieces in there that were definitely supposed to be funny, or at least to be
Humorous.
lighthearted.
They were supposed to be humorous
Yeah.
movies,
I
not
actually
so
have a
much
question
funny.
about the vodka scene. Well, the first time he started tripping out or having those issues, he was looking at records.
Yeah.
His heart rate wasn't getting up.
Yeah.
So it says this happens when his heart rate is up. Why did that happen? If he was laying down, relaxing, looking at LPs in his wife's house.
I don't know. Maybe he stumbled across an LP that reminded him of a situation with his wife that elevated his heart rate. I don't know.
See, that to me was the thing that was kind of weird. And then you hear it later, oh, it's because of this. It's like, but he wasn't doing that.
Well, it's obviously a very odd medication. And
Right?
remember, it's experimental,
True.
so you never know.
And her line, I'm surprised it worked.
But all in all, I mean, I
Yep,
I
I'm with
really
you.
don't give this movie much.
I'm
I'm not.
disappointed too. But if you go the way I did it, I went with my wife, and we kind of Paula likes movies just for the sake of movies. I mean, it could be an awful movie, and she'll be perfectly fine with it. So there are people out there that I'm sure are going to like the movie just fine.
Well, look, I like Red Dawn,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah,
The
me
new
too.
one or the old one?
anything.
Me too, because of the message, though.
Well,
Because it's a cool movie. I could give a shit about the hole like a punch it.
Yeah.
Well, I think I think Rob's right, and we all have we have our movies we like next month's theme or guilty pleasures. There's a bunch of movies that we like that we could punch holes through, but I don't see anybody liking this movie, and it's too confusing.
I agree with Rob that there are people out there who are going to like this movie, and the reason why they're going to like this movie is just because there really doesn't need to be a lot that you need to put into it. There's not a lot of thought that you need to throw into this movie. They really pretty much just hand everything to you right there.
Well, my
And
question,
as long as you take it at face value, I could see if we took most people and gave them our scale, they would give it a 3 or better.
so the
But
question.
personally, for me, hold on.
Yeah, sorry.
For me, where I come at this film is, do I want to watch this one again? And that's
Yes,
where
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
rating scale comes into play. And I look at it and I say, no, I don't.
Well, my other question: if you came back 1 year from today and watched it, what would you do? Like a whole year through it, enough time to forget the part you hated. Would you watch it again?
I would turn it on and go around and do other stuff.
I'd turn it
So every
on
now and then
about
I can
5 minutes,
glance
and I'd be
over,
like,
oh.
yeah, that was this movie. No.
Well, you know what? This would be a background movie.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
I mean, you go off, you put something on, put up this movie on, and go do something else while it's on.
Where you're washing your dog, cleaning your.
Well,
farm
whatever.
house.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all do that at times. That we're doing something. We'll just throw a movie on, and we're busy doing something
personally,
else.
it wouldn't be-
True.
it would be
If I did throw on Air Force One, I'd probably stop washing the dishes and start watching
Exactly. See, there's the problem. You put on a good movie, you're not going to get your stuff done.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
this
first
one,
time I've ever heard Air Force One and Good Movie in the same sentence.
I think he just
It's
needs to
guilty
sit down
pleasure.
and watch it. I think I know what movie he's going to pick soon.
Oh, boy.
Oh joy! Yeah, it could
Hey,
be
Air Force
worse.
One is not a guilty pleasure. To anybody, that's a damn fine film.
Just remove the title "Pleasure" from that one.
Anyways, but that's what I'm kind of saying is like, but I wouldn't own the movie, and I wouldn't
I know what he's
click
getting for
on it
Christmas.
if it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I had TV and I was flipping through the stations, I couldn't find anything else. Anything else?
Well, there certainly is a lot worse stuff out there, but
I have
Sure.
a question.
I would be upset if I knew somebody who was like, I love that movie. It's my favorite movie of all time.
yeah.
So, question, James.
Okay.
If there was only 2 movies on, one was Redneck Zombies or this, which one would you watch?
Redneck.
Redneck Zombies.
Wow.
Hands down.
Wow.
Movie,
wow.
Biannually anyway.
Ooh, up for
It's a
punishment.
generational thing because I would have gone the other way.
So, you have to be a Trauma fan.
I guess.
So the question, James, is what's your rating?
Deuce.
Ryan?
Oh shit, this movie is a D minus, totally 2.
Rob?
Yeah, I got. I really was hoping that I was going to be. I hate to see
Be
us
the
all
odd
give the
man
same
out.
rating to a movie because here we are, critics. We want to have some good,
Yeah.
fighting and repartee and everything here, and unfortunately, all I can do is give it a 2 at the most.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn.
I was
Come on, John. You're the easy one.
I was originally going to give it a 3 because I actually really enjoyed guessing what was going to happen. But this movie's a 2. This
We all agreed
I was
again.
hoping before we saw it, I was going to be able to give it a 3. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get any higher because of what the movie was really trying to
Now, I do gotta say this, guys,
disappointed.
because I said this last time we did the show. I told you so.
Yeah.
well, the
But we were victims of what was on.
Costner might give me a little hope.
Yeah, I really was
Well,
hoping
yeah.
that
See, here's
Costner
the-
was gonna do a good
premise.
job.
And we were
premise.
victims of what was on the
Circumstance.
movies, out at the movies at the time, and this was the best out of the group that we thought.
Well, no, I thought I was pulling for a different
I was
one.
still killing it in the box office.
See,
I don't know.
the problem is this movie actually had a really good premise.
It does.
It was really good. It was like
That's the
Taken.
upsetting
It was
part.
like Taken with a little bit more family, and it just was like.
I'm not even sure it had that good of a premise, actually.
Well, in theory, it's a great premise.
I guess.
In theory, if you look at it,
I think the name's deceiving because you don't really know what that means until you get into the movie.
I mean, it's
And-
kind of like a mix of some Liam Neeson or James Bond flick with a mix of
This is more
what's
like
that one where they were taking that guy's organs and he had a certain amount of time?
was it High
yeah.
Voltage?
High voltage? Was it high?
Yeah,
voltage?
high voltage, I think.
Yeah, it was kind of a mix of those two things, you know.
This
Now
is
there
more,
was a
This is
stupid
more like the
movie.
Woody Allen Bond movie.
Oh, that's not even.
I don't know.
That's
I mean,
not
I-
nice.
So
Let's
here's
give him a little.
How much
bit more
did he
than
spend
that.
on this movie? What was the
I don't
budget,
think we wanna
Ryan?
know.
so wait, well while he's looking,
I always ask Ryan because he seems to be the money man.
so while he's looking
What was it made for? What did it make?
how much did it cost?
What
how
did it
much
cost
did
to
it
make
spend?
this movie?
I didn't get to that part. I saw that it only made like $25 million, and this was a wide release.
Really?
Wow, so it's definitely a box office fail. No Hollywood
Oh
accounting
yeah,
for this movie.
no, this one fell pretty short. I know the critics kind of railed on it.
Yeah, they did.
too.
Yeah.
So
Movie theaters are pissed.
the
They
next
didn't
part
get their money.
the next part of the show is the movie news, and I know James.
Yeah, I
has some
found
movie
something
news,
to
so that's-
discuss. So
kick it over to the.
I'm gonna throw it out to Ryan to see if he even knows who this guy is, and I'm gonna screw this guy's last name up. Jay
Shocking.
Chandreskar.
Jay Chandrasekhar,
Whatever.
Damn,
Good.
he knows it.
founding member of Broken Lizard, responsible for Super Troopers, Club Dread, and other such films.
Okay, so my next question, Ryan.
Dude, I'm impressed.
I'm impressed too, but I'm moving
I
along.
knew it.
Now, Ryan, how
Knew we
cool would you think a new Cheech and Chong film would be?
Oh, please tell me Jay Chandrasekhar is directing that shit.
He's actually in the midst of writing a script for them.
Oh man, that's a
What are they in
a
it?
perfect person to write.
Isn't it?
The new
Wait,
stoner
what?
comedy. you know
What
I
are
mean?
they in a care facility?
Yeah, really.
Hey, hold on.
Life
yeah,
support.
yeah,
Here,
yeah.
let me have another hit.
But I mean, think about how funny that Cheech and Chong movie would be.
Yeah, but
if they were in a
they're-
freaking like
they're-
a hospice care or something.
They're
I mean,
on,
the
they're-
last
they're
time
on
they-
oxygen, going. Hold on.
I mean, hijinks ensue. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, the last film that they did together, trying to pull it up.
Wasn't it
was,
the Corsican brothers? Like the
I think
actual?
it was something like that. That they were both in.
Been a while.
That was actually their one. I'm trying to pull it up. Let's see.
Well, when Tommy
Yes,
Chung-
Corsican Brothers was
Yeah.
the last one, which was actually not their really good one.
It's a crappy
No,
movie.
Which was
it wasn't at
84.
all.
But that was in 84. That was 30 years ago.
That's an 80s movie. Okay, yeah, it makes sense now.
You know, but I mean,
Both of them have changed so much since the original Up in Smoke and Nice Dreams days.
Well,
yeah.
Cheech tried to go legit.
Yeah,
he
he
was
did.
on.
Nash
what was it?
Bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bridges.
you know,
That's the problem when you hang out with Don Johnson. Your career just goes.
yeah. Well, his career
Well, let's
wasn't
not
anywhere
forget about
anyway.
The one of the greatest cameos ever in a movie, From Dusk Till Dawn,
yeah.
Cheech Marin.
Yep. But yeah, Cheech has done a bunch
Desperado.
of different things. I mean, Tommy Chong has really only done little things, kind of
Well,
like popping in. Hey,
His
I'm Tommy.
problem is he spent some time in prison for making bongs.
Well, yeah, which was total bullshit.
Yeah, no kidding.
It really was. But I mean, the funny thing is that Tommy Chong, he really actually lived the life. Well, Cheech was kind of like, hey,
It's true.
I
It's
think-
true.
I don't really want to go down that road.
Well,
But that would be kind of interesting to see sort of what their dynamic is, and Jay, it might be one of the people to sort of touch on that a little bit, or lean that direction. I mean, he's a smart writer, good director.
Yeah, I've seen some of his films. Some
Well,
of his stuff really make me laugh.
All I can say is he better hurry up because Tommy Chong's almost 70 years old.
I know.
Tommy
Yeah, well,
Chong looks
he
like the
actually-
Grim
he had
Reaper.
cancer for a little while,
Yeah.
and then through various sort of
75.
holistic
See? All right.
treatments and whatnot,
Even more than I
he's
thought.
actually doing really good now.
Yeah.
He looks.
38.
Last
I'm not
time I
gonna
saw him,
blame
he
him
looked
Wow.
horrible.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Yeah,
I mean, right there, he doesn't look too bad, but I don't think
That's
that
the best he's ever looked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 75 years old. So there's the problem. He only. You better hurry up, write it, and get it in the can before he's in the can.
I don't know if Betty White can live this long. He has another 20 years.
Oh, no kidding.
Well, I was talking to Ryan today, and
look, they've
mentioned that there was a guy.
Hey,
hold on, Ryan.
One at a time. One at a time.
I was gonna. I already told Ryan this, but there was a guy I heard today turned 100 years old today, and he started smoking when he was 9.
Smoking
And
what?
Cigarettes?
cigarettes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Started smoking cigarettes when he was 9 years old, and started smoking cigars like in the 60s or 70s, and he's been smoking ever since.
Wow.
And also, when he was 24, he started drinking whiskey in the morning every day.
So it's like drink a handle of whiskey.
So
Hey,
I mean,
some people have the
and
genes,
he's 100
man.
years
It's
old.
just-
So
I mean,
there are people that do things like that can live forever.
just look how much longer he could have lived if he hadn't smoked at 9.
He probably
yeah, I know. I mean, he could be 103.
120.
He probably would have died at like 80.
Sorry, Ryan. What were you trying to say? I was just mentioning that.
Oh, no, I was going to say it doesn't.
Where'd you go?
Hello?
Mark
Hello?
calling Orson. Mark calling Orson.
Did you walk away from your phone?
I think the phone walked away from him.
That was weird.
I mean, he kind of like he
Just
Oh, there he is.
Ryan.
Yeah, I'm here.
okay.
You disappeared.
It's kind of odd since we can't see.
Okay, Ryan, you're on. Talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say my joke again, but never mind. It's
Oh,
important.
sorry.
I'll just get on with the only piece of movie news that I was going to bring up. Let's see. James
Yeah,
and Charlie.
Yes.
that's Rob,
What
too.
do these things have in common? Homeland, Independence Day, let's see, Scent of a Woman, Boston Legal, let's see, Law and Order, shoot, about 60 other things. The Game. What do all these things have in common?
Not Al
A very
Pacino.
wonderful actor named James Rebhorn. Just died on the 21st. This dude is really one of the kind of unsung
Oh,
character
crap.
actors.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
see
yeah.
his face, you would know this guy in a
Oh,
heartbeat.
wow.
He was
was-
the shady Secretary of
he's only
Defense
65.
from Independence Day.
Yeah, he played the dean in the head of the class in Son of a Woman with Al Pacino and
Right.
Chris O'Donnell.
He was just recently in Homeland as Carrie Matheson's father.
Yeah.
The sort of crazy one.
He played a good actor
Really,
you love.
really great actor.
He played a
Been
really
in
good character you
frickin'
love to hate.
million things.
No, actually, there's a few roles that he played that you actually really liked him in.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
like-
that he was playing a good guy.
Well, yeah,
not
but
not
every role-
strange.
a lot of the
Playing
roles I've
good
seen
guy.
him in.
That's the thing is, I mean, he could play that sort of crazy snivelly dude, and then
Yeah.
turn right around, and then you love him in something. He's the lovable father. You just really absorbed into the role. Kind
Yeah,
of the definition
really.
of a good character
And
actor.
testament to his acting
diverse
ability.
actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of just, that's all I really wanted to bring up was just kind of shouting out him. I mean, that dude had an amazing body of work.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm
One
actually
of those
going over
dudes
it
that
right
you
now.
can
He's got
immediately
a
be like, oh, I
ton.
like this guy. You know,
And
he's
I'm
just
only
playing
in
an asshole.
1999, and I've already seen a ton of stuff that he's
So-
done that I really
But
like.
interesting thing about right before he passed, he I'm not sure exactly how long before, but he wrote his own obituary, and when he died, the New Jersey press put it out of his own obituary.
That's awesome.
What did he die of? Did it say?
He was only 65, so he
It
must
doesn't,
have
not in the thing.
probably cancer.
Because I thought I read somewhere it was skin cancer.
Melanoma.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He had a melanoma.
So, ladies and gentlemen, everybody here at Real Flix Reviews, give our condolences to his friends, family, and just sorry
Yeah,
we
very
lost another
talented
good
guy.
actor.
Dang.
Very talented.
Yeah, sorry.
And next, and a little happier news, I guess maybe. Next month's theme is movies that are fun, which couldn't be anything not guilty. Could be a guilty pleasure. Could not be just any movie you think is fun. And the movie I chose is the movie that taught you that the rule of the thumb should be the rule of the wrist, and that everybody is Irish on St. Paddy's Day. We are doing the Boondock
Boondock
Saints.
Hells to the yeah. Catch you on the flip side.
So I hope you enjoy next week's movie, and make sure you watch it. And also want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that we do have a Facebook page. Tell us if you like us, hate us, even if there's a theme or a movie you want us to do. Please stop by and say hi. We'll probably reply.
I will.
Well,
It'll
it'll
all
be
be
nice
a
and
lie.
friendly, just like
Yeah,
the cake. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Real Flix Reviews. I gave the movie 3 Days to Kill a 2 out of 5.
It's 2
James
across.
gave it a 2 out of 5.
across.
The old man gave it a 2 out of 5. Ryan gave it a 2 out
Not
of 5.
old man, old guy.
Just rub it in a little bit more. Ladies and gentlemen, see you
Just
next
like
week.
salt.
Bye.
Thank you.